All right, welcome back everyone to Vuln Vibes. Today we're going to take another deep dive. VMware released patches for a pretty significant vulnerability.
Yeah, definitely not one to ignore.
Yeah.
It's a local privilege escalation vulnerability that's making some waves across, well, a few of their product lines, actually.
Right, so let's get right into it. I guess the focus for us is going to be on CVE 2025-22231. And you know what it means for anyone out there running these VMware environments.
Especially given that our sources are indicating VMware has released patches for this issue.
Exactly. That right there tells you it's something they're taking pretty seriously.
Yeah, no kidding. And when you look at the details, I mean, it's affecting VMware Aria Operations and carries an important severity rating. So,
Not to be taken lightly.
no, not at all. And the CVSS V3 score, sitting at a 7.8.
Okay, so for those of our listeners who manage VMware, this has got to be a big red flag, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the
Right.
kind of thing that should make you sit up and take notice.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, from what we've gathered, it basically means an attacker who's already gotten their hands on local administrative privileges.
Right, so they're already inside.
Right. They can use CVE 2025-22231 to escalate their access all the way to root on the appliance.
Yep, pretty much gives them full control.
It's essentially getting the keys to the kingdom, isn't it?
You got it. And the scary part, this isn't just limited to area operations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're talking VMware Cloud Foundation, VMware Telco Cloud Platform, and even VMware Telco Cloud Infrastructure. A whole bunch of core VMware solutions could be vulnerable.
Wow, so this could potentially affect a lot of our listeners then.
Definitely. I'd say there's a good chance many out there are running one of these products.
So I know that our listeners are pretty deep into security, IMITRE, ATT and CK, kill chains, all that stuff.
Yeah, they know their stuff.
So the phrase local privilege escalation might not sound as terrifying as, say, a remote exploit,
It
but
could be just as bad.
can you break down why a vulnerability like this should still be a major concern?
Sure, think of it like this. Initial access for an attacker. That's usually their first big challenge.
Right, getting a foot in the door.
Exactly. But once they've managed that, a vulnerability like CVE 2025-22231 is basically a shortcut straight to total control.
So it enables all those other nasty things like lateral movement, data exfiltration, and really just wreaking havoc.
Pretty much. It's a key link in a lot of the attack chains we look at.
It's like that one domino that sets off the whole chain reaction.
Yep, that's a great way to put it.
So patching, that's the first and most important thing to do, right?
Absolutely. No two ways about it. VMware has already released the fixes, so no excuses.
And it's always good to see that they're giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, they specifically mentioned this codec of Moyensic Vlab and being for responsibly disclosing this vulnerability.
That kind of collaboration is what makes the security community stronger.
I totally agree. And beyond patching, I think this is a great opportunity to take a closer look at your internal access controls.
Right, make sure everything is as tight as it can be.
Exactly, because, even if you've got a super strong perimeter, if someone gets in, you want to make sure they can't easily escalate their privileges.
So to sum it all up, CVE 2025-22231, a local privilege escalation bug in these VMware products, you got to patch it right away.
Seriously, it's not something to put off.
Otherwise, you're leaving the door wide open for an attacker to take complete control of your systems.
And that's a situation no one wants to be in.
What really stands out to me, considering how advanced attacks are these days, is how often local privilege escalation is still a key factor.
Yeah, it's almost like a classic move in the attacker's playbook.
Right, and it shows that even with great perimeter security, you can't let your guard down internally.
Exactly. You got to have robust security measures inside your network, too, and that includes diligent patch management.
It's like having a strong front door but leaving all the interior doors unlocked.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. This vulnerability is a reminder that securing those internal controls is just as crucial as protecting your perimeter.
So it makes you think, how are organizations really monitoring and managing those local admin rights?
That's the question, isn't it? Are they keeping a close enough eye on who has access to what? This vulnerability highlights the potential fallout when those controls aren't as tight as they should be.
Food for thought for everyone listening out there. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See you next time.